Thanks for staying with us. Now, tomorrow, all eyes will be on Johannesburg as it hosts the African Growth and Opportunity Act. U.S. officials and their African counterparts will discuss Washington's flagship trade program for the continent. AGOA provides duty-free access to the U.S. market for most agricultural and manufactured products exported by eligible African countries. Now, the trade pact has been renewed twice and is due to expire in September 2025.
It's been a long journey for the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, since the trade initiative was passed in 2000. It's sought to deepen trade ties with sub-Saharan Africa and help African countries to develop their economies.
It's just something we did. So it's not like the trade pact that you have with the European Union, where you agreed to do some things and the Europeans agreed to do some things. This is an area where we agreed to do something and we required absolutely nothing of any African countries. We said it is our policy to encourage African exports to the United States. I'm glad to hear today that there are a lot of my colleagues in the United States who are going to be better dressed thanks to the workers out here than they are today. So we benefit from it too. We believe strongly that consumers should have a right to the best product at a competitive price.
Obviously, we will not be unopposed by the American industry, but I think we are up to the issues to be able to argue for our industries, and they themselves already, some of them are setting up offices here in Washington.
About 35 African countries are eligible, but countries can lose and regain eligibility based on criteria including economic policies and protection of human rights. A number of countries have used AGOA to boost their export, especially textiles. For South Africa, stakes are even higher as the country seeks to revitalize its battered economy.
Our economic challenges are severe. Despite the progress we are making, poverty, inequality and unemployment remain high. We continue to face domestic and global pressures, and our economy is growing too slowly for us to overcome the challenges facing our people and our country. Load shedding has constrained economic growth. The underperformance of the ports and rail network is affecting our ability to get exports to market. Government spending has exceeded the revenue that we collect since the 2008 global financial crisis, without a commensurate increase in economic growth. As the Minister of Finance has noted, for every rand that government collects in revenue, 18 cents go towards servicing our national debt. This means that we are now paying more in interest on our national debt than we are budgeting for the police force. Ultimately, more rapid and inclusive growth is the only solution to unemployment, poverty and inequality.
Americans have made it clear that countries that undermine U.S. national security or foreign policy interests are not eligible. U.S. President Joe Biden has indicated he will end the participation of Gabon, Niger, Uganda and Central African Republic in the AGOA.
We've made human rights for LGBT around the world a top priority in my foreign policy. Increasing our assistance to brave activists on the ground, defending human rights in countries that passed anti-gay laws like Uganda, going after Uganda, making clear that they cannot have the same benefits as other countries.
Some of the countries that will be booted out from the trade instrument had coups and failed to maintain their democratic systems. Despite long-standing bipartisan support from lawmakers who view Washington's flagship African trade initiative as critical to taking on China, deep dysfunction on Capitol Hill and divisions over the need for updates have raised doubts. Kyle Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.